what is happening with Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40k TV series? I mean, what is the status right now?
So I could play a different character from the Warhammer Fantasy universe versus the 40k universe.
The casting, the plotline and more. So here in this video, we will try to uncover the silence behind the much anticipated Amazon TV show and whether or not it has began filming. So let's get to it. So right from the beginning, which was dated December 16th, 2022, which means last year, Amazon Studios officially announced its acquisition of global rights to Warhammer 40,000, a highly acclaimed intellectual property developed by Games Workshop. This strategic agreement covers a wide spectrum of entertainment mediums including series, films or movies, and even more, marking a significant foray into the expansive Warhammer universe. This unprecedented deal, a first of its kind for Amazon Studios in terms of intellectual property of such a magnitude, grants the company extensive rights to leverage the Warhammer 40k title across its diverse entertainment ventures. Simultaneously, Games Workshop will continue its dedication to producing top-tier miniatures, tabletop games, PC games, and also animated series. So back to the series. Breaking the silence after a 3-year hiatus from 2019, this move actually follows the initial announcement of Frank Spotsnit's series, which was planned to center around the Imperial Inquisitor called Gregor Eisenhorn. Spotsnit's project was shrouded in mystery, and until now it is in a period of silence. During the interim, between then and now, fans were treated to a web-exclusive animated series called The Hammer and Bolter, adding to the anticipation surrounding the Warhammer 40k franchise. Notably, this new development signals Amazon's ambitious plans to craft a live-action universe featuring both films and TV series within the Warhammer 40k realm. It was also said that Cavill introduced this web series, Hammer and Bolter, as part of the IP to Amazon to get some interest. Thus, the torchbearers of this venture include none other than Henry Cavill alongside Natalie Viscuso, who then collaborated with Vertigo Entertainment in securing the intellectual property rights for development. The trio, consisting of Cavill, Viscuso, and Vertigo's Roy Lee, successfully brought this formidable IP to Amazon Studios, positioning it as a cornerstone for their expansive entertainment platform. To create some sort of a cinematic universe, the likes comparable to something like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or even the Monsterverse. But in the meantime, Games Workshop is not idle. It is already showcasing the Pariah Nexus animated series in its own platform Warhammer Plus, a show that is worthy of watching for the die-hard fans at least. So while there has been a green light for creating a series, a live-action series, nothing much is known except for theories and rumors regarding the funding and money transfers, which might begin late this fall or at the very least or earliest at the end of the year. But the question now arises, why the silence? The main problem I see is that the lore is too vast. If you think Dune has a detailed universe or Lord of the Rings, then get ready to be amazed. Imagine everything: the films, the timeline, the novels, comics, games, tabletop games, and all the media possible. Imagine picking a story to begin with. That's Warhammer 40k, almost, or if not more expansive than even Star Wars. So personally, I think that's the part where they are stuck in, where they are trying to figure out right now. Should they start from the beginning, or is it better to go all out with the Horus Heresy? What story from the Grimdark will they choose or focus on? Basically, there is too much to go about in just the current setting alone. The current timeline of the era Indomitus has a lot to tell, never mind the years in between, the M41 events, and even earlier during the Age of Apostasy. As for me, even if Eisenhorn's storyline isn't the pick, I personally hope that they start with something that is less of a shock and awe but more of a gradual eye-opener to the entire Grimdark universe. The heresy would be too detailed and it would leave most of the stories behind, the Primarchs, their fall and their origins untouched or even neglected to a degree that it wouldn't do them justice. Henry Cavill has always been a die-hard fan of the Custodes, of Constantine Valdor, but he too is OP of a character to be introduced right from the get-go. The War of Armageddon though seems to be like a good pick. Orcs, Chaos Elements, the Imperial Guard, intense warfare, and the Astartes coming in hot. If Henry Cavill was a bit older then, he would have made for a good Commissar Yarrick, Old Bailey. But if they are planning for something that will tie in or bring in new fans with the current lore, then The Fall of Cadia would be a great choice for the series. It has everything that is grim-dark and can tell the entire story of humanity in Warhammer. It can also pave way for the introduction of a Primarch or two in the case of Guilliman and the Lion, which can have a potential entry for the lost Constantine Valdor as the King in Yellow. But that would be too far-fetched. A bit too much for the artistic writers' freedoms, which we all have seen flopped out franchises like Middle-earth and Star Wars. I think it's better to stick to the source material than create something new, which would in turn, have repercussions that will just kill the entire franchise. And since they have never made a live-action movie or series, it's good to take baby steps and learn from what has been, the novels and all the content that's already there. But aside from the Primarchs and Valdor, The Fall of Cadia would shed light on the Cadian shock troops and a diverse array of other combatants like the Krieg, the Sister Sororitas, the Elysium Drop Troops, and even the Mechanicus and the Astartes, just from humanity, not to mention Chaos. It will also give room for prequel series as well, what led to the fall of Cadia, the Fortress Planet, and then what will happen onwards, the Great Rift opening. And then when the following is pretty high up there, they can then introduce a Horus Heresy movie, with a long-run format style of Lord of the Rings. But that's just me in the end, and my hopes and dreams. Anyway, back to reality. If it all goes smoothly, the series, then yeah, casting and money transfers will start by the end of the year and filming by next year, with a potential release in the early months of 2025 on Amazon Prime. So that's all we know about Henry Cavill's Warhammer series, the Silence news, rumors and updates. So if you like this video, then check this other one too, and if you want to browse for other content on Warhammer, then check out our channel. Subscribe and like for support, and yeah, while you're at it, bang on that bell icon for notifications on new video uploads. Till the next time, take care, boys.